What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Dirt Castle for the next episode of Abzu. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while and actually continue our trek into this wondrous underground world. We've got levitating triangles right now, though. I'm just going to bring that up. I don't think this is a natural underwater phenomena. Like, these are not floating triangle fish. I'm just letting you know, these, if you are ever diving and you see these, you may have stumbled across some CIA plot. These right here are black smokers, and these are where a lot of people theorize life may have started, as the temperature is required. Oh, there's a little squid over there. That's cool. Squids, also incredibly smart. The sad thing about squids and octopi, though, is that while they are, like, stupidly smart, and I know that sounds like an oxymoron, they're ridiculously smart, they only live, like, a year to 2 years. Like, they're very, very short-lived in a lot of cases. Although some big squids might live longer. I'm not really so sure about that. That would be about the edge of my expertise when it comes to squids. But I know octopi. I wanted to get a pet octopus for a while when I was into saltwater tanks. And they were, A, prohibitively expensive, and B, they only live like 2 years, and I just didn't want to, like, get attached to this friend that could... You know, octopi, they're smart enough to identify your face. Like, they can recognize human faces. Like, they know their handler versus everybody else. They reach out to you. You got to get used to it, though. I saw them do that one time. I was at the Monterey Bay Aquarium, and I saw the octopus do it there. It was feeding time, and the octopus came up to the top of the tank, and when the feeder guy, he started putting food in there, the octopus came up to investigate and was, like, slapping his hands all around outside the water, and so the handler put his hand inside the water, and the octopus, like, checked his, like, features, like his hand and, like, the side of his face and everything, and identified him, and then it was all happy swimming around. It was pretty cool. It's cool to think that, like, animals could form attachments like that. Like, we know it, but with undersea animals, I think they're often underrepresented because so few of us have, like, underwater pets or anything like that. It's just, you're like, oh, it's a fish. You know, people always talk about how stupid fish are, and it's easy to lump all undersea creatures together. Oh, there's horseshoe crabs down here, too. Another ancient creature. Some fangtooths. Not a pretty fish, but hey, it's not a contest. Some viper fish. This zone actually looks a wee bit larger than I expected. The Humboldt squid. A hogfish. What the hell is a hogfish? Never heard of a hogfish before. I'm learning new things today. A chimera. Okay. A lot of interesting things happening around here. While we've been scanning around, I've been looking at the topography. It looks like there's a bunch of random things that we can activate in here. So let's maybe think about doing that. This actually seems like a fairly diverse area as far as the fish go. Although I think it would be wise to keep orientation in one way or another so that we can actually, like, circle around and search from a central point. You know what I mean? This is a wide, expansive area, and so that being said, I think it's probably going to be really, really easy for us to lose track of any, like, collectibles or other things that are around just by overlooking them, because this looks like a very, very wide open area with murky water, and so it's going to be easy to get ourselves all weird and discombobulated. Okay, it definitely does not want me to go that way. We've got a little thing on our suit that tells us which direction we're supposed to be going in. And if you try to get too far off track, it'll be like, nah, don't do that. That's actually what happens. It's just a wave file of me going, nah, don't do that. It's a little immersion breaking, but you know what? I had some sway with the developers and we made it happen. Oh, God. I'm in your video games. I don't like that at all. Oh, yeah, these right here. So these little guys, they could change colors. That's what he's doing right now. They communicate that way. There's a number of small animals that can do that. They either use it to dazzle their prey, and so they'll create flashing lights. Essentially, they're phosphorescent. They'll create flashing lights, and that'll draw other animals to them, and then they'll snag them real fast. Or alternatively, with some of the smaller ones, so cuttlefish, for example, which are basically smaller versions of those right there, cuttlefish will hang out on the bottom, and they express emotions, and they camouflage. There he is right there. You see him? He's flashing. He's doing that to hunt. The fish come closer, and then he grabs them. Christ. Okay, so let's never do that again. I was a little suspicious that it might be like an explodey mine, but I wasn't totally sure. Now we validated that. What have we released? A goblin shark. Oh yeah, I think I've seen those before at aquariums and stuff, maybe in Monterey or something like that. Yeah. These are horseshoe crabs down here, yet another ancient form of life on the planet. Very, very, very old. Not gonna swim too close to that because I don't want to tempt fate a second time. I don't know if this is the sort of game that you can die in, but I would rather not take my chances with it. I mean, shit is getting real out here, ain't it? Oh, there's another little puddle over here. I am gonna surface, I think. Ah, we have a fossil right there. I was gonna say, it seems unlikely to me that there would not be anything on top of here. Now, I don't know if the fish have died around this area, the big fish anyways, because something has hunted them, or because of the mines. It seems more likely that they would have gotten injured by the mines, just in my opinion. We've got another fish pond down here that will add new biota to our adventure, and so I'm gonna get after that. Seems to be some kind of large battery right there too. Tomopterus. Huh. I'm gonna have to look up what those are. I have no idea what a Tomopterus is. That's well beyond my expertise. Wonder if they're related to jellyfish or if they're related to flatfish. Weird. Probably flatfish from looking at them. It looks like they have a bone structure. What the shit is that? Oh, cool. Those are, what are these called? These are called, like, Dumbo octopus or something like that? I forget what they're called. That's a little octopus right there. He's got a little... They're adorable. I'm not going to lie to you. That's an adorable fish right there. That is a fish that evolution did a great job with. At just making human beings want to take care of it. That right there is a sea cucumber, as far as I can tell. The blue thing right there, anyways. Have you ever seen a sea cucumber shit? You should definitely go Google that right now, by the way. It's entertaining. So we can turn on the generator with the power of our mine bullets. Feeling pretty accomplished right now, and it looks like we're going to have to run down... Oh, it deactivated the mines, too. Ooh, okay. I accept that as a plausible option. That sounds good to me. No more mines messing with me on this side, and we got some crabs following me around, too. Yeah, these little guys right here, they're pretty adorable. I forget what they're called. I think they're called Dumbo octopus, or like elephant octopus, or something like that, because they got the little ears or whatever. You should definitely see if you can look those up as well. They're cute little animals. Definitely well worth looking at. Alright. So on this side, it does sound like these mines are still activated. So let's be very, very careful while we're in here. Still, we haven't searched this central expanse yet for anything that might be useful to us. But yeah, they theorize that chances are where life started from single cell and got started being actual, like, major organisms may have been around black smokers because they provide the environment that you would need in order to bond proteins and things of that nature together. Very, very hot. Lots of strange chemicals near each other that are really only near each other in this environment. And so anyways, I probably shouldn't go more into depth with it because my evolutionary history is severely outdated. It's been a good 5 years since I took my basic evolutionary biology classes and everything. But I do remember specific units talking about the black smokers being theorized as a good spot for that to happen. Not necessarily being like the validated spot where it happened, but being as good a spot as any as far as the indications go. I don't see anything too interesting off this way, but we never checked this berm over here either. So while I'm taking my time and just making sure we've touched all of our bases here. Don't touch your base too much though. touch your base too much, somebody's going to call the police. I'm going to take this kind of wide over here. See if maybe I can swoop on through. Making the ocean safer, one less mine at a time. That's done. I've always found that, like, the skulls of whales are kind of odd looking to me. It's always been hard for me to rectify, like, what part is what, you know what I mean? It kind of looks like there's a cave back here. Hold on. Yeah, I was gonna say, it sort of looked like there was an opening back here. Oh, we can't go into it. Okay. I got overly excited. I am an exploration fiend when it comes to games like this. I'm the kind of person that used to go through with Zelda checking every single wall for, like, bomb slots and stuff like that. I am a completionist, and I know I don't show that very much here on YouTube. And that largely has to do with the pacing of games. Like, I can't take the time to do that. That would make for a very boring YouTube series. Me just sitting around tapping on all the walls, spamming the spacebar, and so on and so forth. However, that is the kind of player I'm playing Pokemon Omega Ruby again right now, and I go to every zone and I catch every Pokemon before I leave, no matter what, every single time. I'm actually a little bit upset. I'm a little bit triggered right now because I couldn't get a Geodude last night. A little bit salty about it. I'm in the Granite Cave and I just can't get a Geodude to show up for the life of me. Been trying non-stop to get that damn Geodude to show up, and it's just like, I think I farmed for about an hour and didn't see a single Geodude. Oh, are we about to be a good Samaritan? Damn, look at you, Muscles! Apparently me and the shark are homies now. That's cool. When I was in Ark, I trained a pet shark, and I loved him. He was the best. He was the shark that protected me from all the other douchebag sharks. Although, honestly, as much as I make jokes about sharks, sharks are overly stigmatized. My phobia of sharks is completely and totally unwarranted and unfounded. Hey, there's a fossil up there. Sharks are heavily stigmatized. Honestly, you can blame most of it on the movie Jaws, in all fairness. Jaws basically just made everybody terrified of sharks. It takes one good horror movie. It's a pretty powerful headlamp. No! Don't suicide on the spikes. You're too beautiful, whales. Don't do it. You'll regret it, I promise. You want to live. Oh, is that giant squid down here? Look like giant squid to me. I think there's a fish thing over here. It looks like one. And if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it might be a duck. Or it might be one of those toy ducks. The Opa. I'd be a little bit sketchy around larger squids because they can be territorial. They're really, really intelligent, but they can be They could be a little bit territorial and grabby. I think those are sperm whales? I'm not really sure. No. Because I think the sperm whales are I don't know. We've seen humpbacks so far. We've seen blue whales. I forget the names of the ones with the lumpy foreheads, though. Lots of collectibles down here if you're into that. So it looks like we can exit a cave over that way. But I'm actually a lot more interested in scanning around here for anything else that might be useful. Unlocking a few more fish types. Those are the ones that they used to hunt like Moby Dick, though. I know that for sure. Those are the Moby Dick versions right there, but Moby Dick was white. It's been a long time since I read that book, now that I'm thinking about it. It's been some days. Ah, see, I knew we were going to have some kind of collectible down in here. There we go. So now we've got the meditation point as well. We can figure out what kind of whale it is, which is fantastic because my curiosity is getting the better of me. So we've got a nautilus. We've got a moon jellyfish. I think we've already seen these little guys, a hatchet fish. Yeah, he is kind of shaped like a hatchet now that you mention it. Oh, the black scabbard fish just dominated the shit out of that jellyfish. And the jellyfish probably doesn't even know. Jellyfish are a weird animal. No brain, no sensory organs or anything like that. They're just simply like motorized instinct. Very odd animal. Where are my whales at? Maybe it's waiting for them to come back into range? Humboldt squid. Yeah, it's not doing the great squids. And it's not doing the whales. The whales may have biggity bounced to the ounce, though. They may have bailed on out. I'll biggity bounce for an ounce. Anyways, I think... I suppose I'll just have to leave that mystery unsolved. Maybe they swam out through the opening. And that's why they're no longer like in this area to be examined. It's cool. You know, I didn't want to sate my curiosity anyways. Who wants to learn, right? Chances are they'll probably come back when I do this. Well, there are nautiluses everywhere. Not to be confused with the ever-popular Isolus. Oh, it's squids. Okay. Yeah, I like ocean life. Always have. Aquatic life is just so foreign to us as like terrestrial animals, like as mammals that live out in the sun and like walk around all the time. I think that's what I like about it, is it's so strange and alien by comparison. The way things live under the ocean versus the way we live. Now, I don't think I'm going to leave just yet. I want to look around the area now that it's lit up and I've got a little bit of illumination. Did that end up fixing this zone too? Like, did the purification go all the way over here, or... There they are. So the whales are here now. Let me see if I can get back on this point. Sorry, my curiosity needs to be... I can't not do this. It's just how I'm wired. I can't help it. Let's see. We've got the Opa. The Opa, I think we've already gone through again. I just think it doesn't want to give me what I want. It's just denying me right now. The whale is right there on camera. Give me the whale. Well, maybe I can go ride him, and that's the way I'll figure it out. Let's go ride one of the whales. It'll tell us what he's called if I ride him. Can I ride the great squids too? So I'm a little curious about those, although I am slightly more apprehensive because I've seen what squids can do. Squids are kind of dangerous. Larger squids for sure. They got beaks that can do some real damage. Yeah, it's a sperm whale. Okay, so I was right. I feel better about it. All that just to validate my ego. Hooray for me. Can I ride on the squid? Or is that not an option? I wouldn't even kind of entertain that as an option in real life. Basically, inside the tentacles right there, there's a beak. You see that hole? Inside that hole, there's a really, really large beak. And squids eat other animals. That's what they do. They're also territorial, the larger ones. They can be a little bit aggressive at times. That's why it's difficult to study them, too, is because they notice the cameras because they're uber smart. They're as smart, like, don't underestimate a squid. They're as smart as... How come this door didn't open? What's up with this one? Huh. It's kind of a weird habitat for a sperm whale. Like an odd place to find one, but then again, there's been a lot of odd shit going on. I've been followed around by robots with grindy lasers and been swimming through weird Independence Day looking spaceships the entire game. So chances are, odd is probably not even going to factor here. And while on the subject, what's also odd is that I am out of time for the day. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Abzu. I will see you all in future episodes. It's been a blast so far. I will see you next time as the camera recedes into our character's ass. Hooray, fade to black.